All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back. Tickle to Deathy show back up. Been a minute since I made a video. As you guys know, it has been cold in southeastern Tennessee, down in the single digits a few times. And I do not work in that kind of weather. Sorry about your luck, ain't gonna happen. But we did get some weather out here that is, in the mid 40s. I can deal with that. So, I can't even think of where we left off last. I don't know. Anyway, this episode, we're going to be dealing with some of the trim, particularly the quarter panel trim on this 57. We'll see if we can get it cleaned up and ready to go on whenever that time is upon us. Welcome to this episode in the garage. Got the quarter panel trim. What is this? This is off the passenger side, and as I'm looking at it, this is just not going to clean up. This has been weathered for too long. I have this piece, as you can see, a very distinct difference between the two. This is off of the passenger side rear door, but while cleaning it up, I messed it up. Now you can't see it. Well, yeah, you can if you know what you're looking for. That right there. There. You guys out there that know more about polishing could tell me. But I went through whatever that top surface is and got into the bare aluminum. Now, I guess you could polish that back up if that's what you wanted to do, but that is not what I want to do. So, seeing how we are not going to be able to polish this up, I've actually tried an area right here, and that's as good as I can get it. But right inside this box, we have a perfectly good set. Now, those of y'all with a keen eye will recognize a problem immediately. These are for a two-door. You can tell by the way that it is. So, what we're going to have to do to make these work, now I was going to sell these, because they're quite pricey, but I'm gonna have to sacrifice them for our project. So I will lay this out, get the right measurement, and I will lop this off right here. And by doing that, this piece that's left over will replace that piece. So we're gonna fix two problems with one bird, or a stone with a garden. And we'll set these aside for the time being until we're ready to put them back on this car. So I've got this set up where I want it. We're going to mark this thing, and then we're going to cut it. Just like so. And I could cut this with a death wheel, and that would be much quicker. That is for sure. But if you think about this for a second, when I cut this off, this edge right here is open right here. So we don't want a jagged edge. So I'm thinking the best way to do this is going to be the slow way with a hacksaw. I think we'll have a better finish. So if we do have to do any polishing or rounding off, there'll be a lot less that we'll have to do. So I'm going to get a hacksaw out and get this started. Now I'm cutting just to the right of that line on purpose. Because we used a big fat magic marker that wasn't extremely precise. And I know there's somebody out there watching right now going, oh my gosh, I could have used those. Yep, you could have. But so can I. There she goes. Let's see how accurate we were. Well, I tell you what, that ain't half bad right there, even if I do say so myself. Alright, now what we'll do is see if we can, it's not too bad rough, we'll see if we can get this a little bit better. That's more better. Don't want nobody to have to go get a tetanus shot just by getting in the back seat. I'm gonna go ahead and get this glue off the back of this thing because In my mind, this glue, the way they put it, is what causes these quarter panels to rot out. Had they put the glue this way, it would have allowed the water to come in, go through back behind it, and drain on out the bottom. But being long way, that water just sets on top of that glue and just sets there. So when we glue ours on, we're going to do it a little bit different, but that's down the road. Alright, so you can see the obvious difference in these two. So, like I said earlier, I had tried to clean this up and it just wasn't going to get there. So this one had to be sacrificed. Oh well. But it's pretty. Somebody pulled this off of their car. This actually came with the car inside in that box. But these were actually on the car. And I thought I might be able to clean them up. But that is a hard no. So we got one done. Let's get the other one done. I should have showed this earlier. But as you can see, these things line up perfectly. They're the same part. It's just for the 2 doors and the 4 doors. They cut them off, and there's actually, I don't know, maybe about that much more. Well, I can show you, sort of. If I put this one on here and line the end of it up, like so, there's really just a tiny bit in it, if any at all, that has to be cut off. So, but we will deal with that shortly. I just wanted to point that out. All of your tabs, all of your bolt holes, everything lines up perfect. All you have to do is line them all up and then make your mark and go to cutting. All right, make sure we're lined up. I got somewhat of a thinner marker. Be able to cut a little closer to the line this time. All right. Get you out of the way. All right. What'd you do with my hacksaw? I tell you what, I'm gonna grab a different hacksaw. As it turns out, that one has got a bunch of teeth missing, which makes it somewhat aggravating. All right. just to the inside of the line. Smooth as a baby's butt. Alright, so let's get this cleaned up. Now we've got her filed down. And then we'll deal with our two rear door pieces. And this is just water. Alright. It's like a winner to me. So this is the original piece to the car that goes on the passenger side back door. And I'll show you really what you need to cut off of the piece you have left over from your quarter panel. So we'll get these all lined up. Alright. See that end? Basically what you're cutting off is your door gap. That's the amount that's going to have to be cut off. So I'll get that marked and we'll cut that off. Now, speaking earlier about this glue, I think causes the quarters to rust out. If you want a really good example of that, remember I have a playlist with this entire build, and you can get a good look at the quarter panels before we painted them, and you can follow the rust. And I bet the majority of that deep pit rusting followed this glue to a T. I don't know. Go back, watch it. check and find out. We're going to try to get the majority of this rust stain out of here, because rust is a living organism. So we don't want to transfer that rust to our quarter panels if we can help it. See where that, you can hear where that aluminum is oxidizing. That's whatever protective coating they have on this stuff. Don't know what it is, but that's where it has diminished. All right, there's one full quarter panel done. All right, so we'll take our original piece. We know that because the wore out spots, and we will flip it over like yo. And the reason we're flipping it over and using the same one is because I only have one door piece, and that's the passenger side. So I've got to cut the driver's side now. So I will line these notches up just like so, and that's going to give us what we need to cut off. So let's go ahead and mark this just like so, and we'll cut just to the inside on the right side of that red line, and that should get us where we want to be. All right. See if we can not screw this one up. So that's gonna do it for the quarter panel trim. I believe it turned out really good. Happy with it. I'll get these wrapped up back in this box and I'll put them back up until we're ready for them. But as you can clearly see, massive difference between the old ones and the better looking old ones. Much better. I can deal with that. Alright, if you made it this far, thank you very much. I appreciate it. If you don't mind, reach down there and hit that thumbs up button. That really helps me out. There's algebra and chemistry in that algorithm. So if you'll hit that thumbs up, I appreciate it. Leave me a comment. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Like I said earlier, remember we do have a playlist with this car from front to now. And y'all go check that out. It's got some pretty good stuff in it. It's got some pretty aggravating stuff in it. But till next time, y'all go do some work.